Welcome to our first episode of Across Campus. In this series, we're going to discover how IT impacts you, the students, faculty, and staff across the Emporia State campus. Sometimes, technology is front and center, while other times, it is almost transparent, and we want to explore those scenarios with you. We're inviting you to join us here at the Across Campus virtual desk to share how you're using technology. We want to share your innovative ideas with our viewers and learn how technology is impacting you as you learn, teach, and work here at Emporia State. For our first discussion, we wanted to start with something that was very topical and included some of those most directly impacted by the COVID-19 crisis, our students. We've done our best to make sure everyone had the latest information, access to technology, and as many technical resources available to continue online learning and services at Emporia State. Like many of our video series for Hornet TV, our production of Across Campus is facilitated by students in front of and behind the camera. With that, I'd like to welcome the moderator of Across Campus, Dakota Taylor, who will be joined by the host of our other series, It Only Takes a Minute, Tyler Parker.
Thank you, Sandy, and thank you, Tyler.
Great to be here for the first episode.
All right, let's get started today by introducing today's panel. We have Taylor over here. He works with IT, and he's going to be with us today.
We have Simon Stewart, member of the Utah Gamma.
We have Katelyn Flynn with us today. She's a student of Emporia State.
We have Luiz Felipe, member of the tennis team.
And Martine, who is also a student. Thank you all for joining us today. Our topic is very open. We really want to know how you guys are doing now that we've been online for a couple weeks. We want to explore how technology has made an impact on helping you be successful with your classes.
We kind of want to explore like what's working for you guys and like what's not working. It's kind of like a roundtable panel. So whatever you guys want, feel free to chime in and share whatever you'd like.
I'd like to start with understanding how instructors are using technology in your guys' classes. Can each of you give us an idea of how your instructors have adapted to everything being online? Simon, if you want to start for us.
Well, two of my professors, we have scheduled Zoom meetings Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So that's like kept some structure in my life. So, that's been nice. But my other 3 classes are pretty much just on my own, just reading notes and just taking quizzes and tests. So it's really not been that bad.
Very nice.
Katelyn, how about you?
Me?
Taylor.
Oh, sorry. All my classes have just been online lectures, but they haven't had a set time, which I've actually enjoyed quite a lot because I can go forward, rewind, and kind of just go back to something if I didn't fully understand it or if I misheard something.
Yeah. Katelyn?
So my classes are, since I'm an all online student already, most of my classes are pretty much the same. I do like it this way a little bit better just because I kind of work at my own pace, which is helpful for me to get things done the way I want to do them. But my professors usually upload like a video lecture, like with a PowerPoint slide with them kind of talking behind it. So you can also hear their voice and kind of understand what they're wanting from you in your assignments. And then you can obviously rewind, which is helpful too. And then uploading is pretty much the same. It's pretty laid back, which I like. A lot of people don't like the whole online thing, but it makes me go at my own pace and I get things done just the same.
Very nice.
Martin, what about you?
Yeah, mine has been pretty much like chill. Nothing too different or, out of the normal. The only thing is I just noticed that some professors are kind of learning the new way of, teaching students and, carrying their classes on, all those kind of things. So I have one online class already, so nothing changed on that one. Then I have 3 in-person classes. One, the professor didn't use Canvas all that much while we were doing the in-person class. But as soon as this started and we came back in classes and school was closed, he started using Canvas, started learning how to use Canvas, started posting videos. And yeah, so it was it's an interesting period. But yeah, it's good to see how professors are adapting to it and working with students. Yeah.
And Luiz?
Yeah, similar to Simon. I have 2 of my classes that we meet like every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So like one of them is on Discord and the other one is on Zoom. And then my other 3, which is good, and the other 3 classes is just online with quizzes, videos to watch, and like assignments to take. So I like it. Like I have like I get to go on my own pace, which is good. And like yeah.
You
I
said
like
you're using Discord?
Yeah.
How do you like that?
I mean, it's pretty good. I feel like Zoom is better. Discord, you can't see the person, but like one person can go live and share their screen. But it's pretty much just like speaking to each other, not seeing each other as much.
Gotcha. All right, next question. How many online classes were you guys already taking? Taylor, if you want to start for us.
I was taking 2 online classes before, and then I had 3 that were in person, so transitioned.
Nice. Martin?
I was taking 1 and 3 in person. So yeah.
Simon?
I wasn't taking any online classes.
Have you before?
No, I was not.
Luiz?
I was taking 1 psychology and 5 in person.
Katelyn?
So last semester I took 2 online classes as well as, that would be 3 more classes in person. And now I'm just taking 12 credit hours. So I'm taking 4 classes all online, which is a little bit more fast paced in graduate school, but mostly the same.
Yeah, very nice.
So faculty definitely didn't have like any time to set up or prepare, especially like this amount of time that we'd like. It was kind of, rushed. But how do you guys like learning completely online? Do you guys like prefer this, or would you rather have in-person classes? Martin, we'll start with you.
For me, I honestly like in-person classes, just because it's more personable. I'm more engaged in the class. I can interact with both professor and my colleague, kind of like without restrictions, like you're in the class, you talk about what you want to talk about, you ask questions, like no technological limitations, basically. So I just like that personal side of, things. But at the same time, that's just me. But when it comes to the online things, for me, it's just like adapting because, I know the situation. So if you ask me, I'll say some classes are okay for me online, but there's some other classes that I would rather prefer, in person, especially very, very technical classes. Very technical classes. I would like to be in person, so professor is saying something, you want to see it work. You want to see everything about it. So, yeah.
And then we'll go to Katelyn, because you said you've had all in-person classes, you've had a mix between the 2, and then you were taking 12 hours completely online. So which do you end up prefer?
I actually prefer in-person classes. I think that's probably the communicator in me, just because that was my major and I do like talking to people. I thought it was going to be a little bit more of a struggle to transition to like full-time online, and I actually really, really like how it is now. I'm currently working as well. So being able to do it at your own time, whenever you choose to do it, really works for my schedule at the moment. But but I really wish I could be, in person, hearing feedback immediately from that professor or that other student or something. So I really do miss being in person, but at the time right now, online is what works best for me.
Simon, you said you had never taken an online class before, so which do you?
I've taken an online class. I thought just not this semester.
Okay, so which did you prefer then, in person or?
It's kind of a mix because for me, 2 of my classes are 90% of my workload, and so those 2 classes, I have those are the in-person Zoom meetings, and so nothing has really changed there. But it's also nice with the online because my other 4 classes, I don't have to show up for, and so it's nice to just be able to. I feel like I'm working a job right now. I just wake up, sit at my desk, do all my stuff, and that's that. So I like it, but I also miss being around people. So
I feel that for sure. We'll probably go ahead and move on to the next question then. I think we've kind of covered, all the bases with those classes then.
Absolutely. So with you guys, with everything moving online and working from home, learning from home, and all of those obstacles being something that all students are facing right now, have you guys had any problems with your technology or technical services, internet access, or anything like that? Taylor, if you want to start.
I think I've been lucky so far. I haven't really had any issues. It was a bit of a transition, suddenly having to learn the new ways of how everything will work. But now it's been fine.
Very good. Luiz?
Yeah, no, I haven't had any issues. Sometimes my Wi-Fi doesn't work too well, so I just join Taylor's Wi-Fi. And then
yeah,
right there. But yeah, apart from Wi-Fi, I haven't had any technological issues.
And Simon, you're staying at your fraternity while we're taking classes from home. Have you been having any troubles with multiple people being on it?
No, there's never. Yeah, just an occasional. Sometimes it's slow, but it's been better because there's not many people here.
Yeah.
Have any of you guys had to contact the IT help desk then with any problems that you guys have been having? No? Yeah, well, it's always there. If you guys need it, if you do start experiencing stuff, it's kind of conflicting with your classes or whatever you have going on, go ahead and give them a call. You can find the number on the website and everything like that. But super simple, and I know the people at the desk are always more than willing to help. Do you guys have access to printing? No.
Iffy.
No, I don't.
Yeah. It's kind of hit or miss. I think we're lucky to not, have to turn in assignments anymore. It's pretty much, over electronic. But has that been a problem for you guys? Not having access to printing then? Martin?
No. For me, okay. Yeah, for me, I don't think it's a problem for me because, it comes with everything online, so it's you work on an Excel file, you work on a Word doc, anything, you just submit it on Canvas or via email. So, no, not really had need for a printer.
Is it the same thing with you, Katelyn, with grad school?
Yeah, so most of my stuff is already digital. Sometimes, in the beginning, I was trying to find the best way to study. So I did kind of print my notes sometimes to see if that would really work. My mom's currently working at home. She works at K-State. So she had to bring all of her computer stuff home. So we have a printer here if we really need it. A lot of her work is done on paper and then putting into a system or something. So she uses it a lot. I've kind of leaned away from using a printer at all. Most of my stuff is digital. I take lots of notes. Everything's like a video to see anyway. So I haven't really needed to use it.
Very nice. Straying away a little bit from topic of school and everything, and you guys don't have to share if you don't want to. How are you guys doing with the social distancing going on? If anybody wants to start, Katelyn, Taylor.
Yeah, I can start. So I am currently obviously in grad school, so I'm in school full time. I'm also working in my hometown. Surprisingly enough, the daycare is where I'm working is still open, which I'm kind of surprised by. So there's a little bit of extra protocol there. So essentially I literally go to work, come home, do schoolwork, those kind of thing, and go back to work. They're the only places I really go. Obviously a whole lot more sanitizing, cleaning, make sure you're doing everything right. But other than that, I'm really bored. I'm running out of things to do. But I've been stuck at home doing things. It's raining outside right now, so it's not even worth it to do anything outside. But other than that, I've been sticking to it.
Yeah. Martin?
Yeah, for me, it's kind of like just being indoors the whole time. So it's like, it's not my thing. I'm always busy. I'm always involved in things on campus, around. So usually when I come back home, it's like, late in the evening, but now it's all different. I wake up, I'm in the house, I'm all day till the end. So, but what I do to keep myself sane is I kind of like develop some kind of structure for myself, a time for work and a time for, school related work. And then I have time for just myself, like I could go out for a run. I go out for a run more often now than I did when the social distancing just started. So that helps a lot. So I exercise. And then, of course, I keep because I have a roommate and we live together here. So it's kind of like that's my own social interaction, pretty much every day. So we talk about stuff and, just watch shows and cook together, pretty much it. So that keeps me,
Sounds like keep staying busy. Taylor, how have you been? How have you been keeping up?
Basically just been in my apartment all day, every day. The apartment complex where I live, most of everyone's kind of left now, so there's not really a lot of people around to see and avoid anyway. So it's been fun.
Yeah,
definitely getting bored, but yeah, it is what it is.
Yep. And do any of you work for ESU? And has your departments had to anybody? Martin, don't you?
I do.
Yeah. Has your department had to do anything?
Well, right before, when we just got back from spring break, or while we were still on spring break, and they said, hey, you're gonna have one more week off, stay at home for an extra week. So within that week, we were told, hey, we're going to have an emergency meeting so that we discuss, the way forward, what we're doing next. So in that meeting, we all sat, give ourselves social distance and all. And then my supervisors were really pretty good at communicating. So they told us what we're going to have to do. They told us, hey, you guys are not going to be coming in for work. You're going to be working from home. These are your assignments. These are professors that you are assigned to. And this is what you'll be helping them with. And every other thing, as far as communication, if anything changes, it's over the email, and it has always been like that. So, and so far communication has been good. We've not had any issues, at least on my end. I get my own, get my work done, ask questions when I need a little bit more clarification on something, but yeah, that's just about it.
Yeah, very nice. What piece of advice would you guys offer fellow students as we wrap up the last few weeks of semester? Luiz, if you want to start.
Oh, wait. Yeah, I would say just keep a good structure, a good routine, and don't forget any assignments, especially the important assignments as we get along the semester. And yeah, just keep yourself sane and not too bored. Find things to do.
Yep. Simon?
I'd say try and just go outside every once in a while. I mean, I spend a lot of my days not leaving the house, so it's really nice to just go on a walk for 20 minutes, just something just to get out and still being safe.
Change of scenery.
Change of scenery.
Katelyn, do you have any advice?
I I don't know, this is probably me being a little too OCD, which kind of gives me structure. But since everything's already digital, I pull up like sticky notes on my computer and I make sure all of my assignments are in there. And then also the date that they're due, just so I make sure that I'm keeping track of when things are due and making sure they're being turned in on time. I know a lot of people do that already. But something I always seem to forget is, oh my gosh, I have this thing due. What time is it due? Is it due at 11:59 or is it due, at 12:01? That's something really small, but you may have a little bit few extra time or a few days. I'm literally so bored I do things ahead of time at this point. But making sure I just check things off the list, even if it's like fold laundry, I'm going to check it off the list because that's one more thing I've done today.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, for me, I would say, change is difficult sometimes, but it's still something that is very constant. Changes happen almost all the time, so my advice to my fellow students would be, try to be more, adaptive to changes, and also just look for ways you can learn. If you don't know it, try to learn it, It might be scary at first, but when you learn it, you might see that at the end of the day, it wasn't really, that scary at the end of the day. So just be open to learning new things and new ways to either study, to either work, to either, communicate with people, collaborate with people, just be open to learning, that would kind of like ease into the change, I guess. So.
Awesome. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I think that's about all we have then for the questions today. And I think that'll wrap up like the first episode of Across Campus.
All right. Thank you to our panelists. Thank you all for our viewers for joining us, and stay tuned for more episodes to come in the future.
You can join me every week if you like on It Only Takes a Minute. Again, I'm Tyler Parker.
I'm Dakota, and thank you for watching.